I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door. He's got duct taped around each ankle. He's obviously covered in wounds.
Ms. Franke, how do you plead to count 1, child abuse?
Guilty.
To count 3, child abuse?
With my deepest regret and sorrow for my family and my children.
Ruby Frank was once a widely recognized YouTuber, known for her family-oriented content on the channel 8 Passengers. With over 2 million subscribers, she portrayed herself as a dedicated mother who believed in strict parenting. However, beneath the surface of wholesome family vlogs lay a dark reality.
Move it! If I hear one more word, get out!
In 2023, Frank was arrested and later convicted of severe child abuse, shocking both her audience and the wider public.
Committed horrible acts of child abuse. Ms. Frank held her children, ages 9 and 11, in a concentration camp-like setting. The children were regularly denied food, water, beds to sleep in, and virtually all forms of entertainment.
Her story exposes the dangers of extreme parenting, blind social media trust, and the lack of oversight in the world of family vlogging. The rise of 8 Passengers. In the mid-2010s, Frank and her husband, Kevin, launched 8 Passengers, a YouTube channel focused on their large Mormon family. They shared their everyday life, homeschooling routines, and parenting philosophies, often emphasizing discipline and obedience. Their content quickly gained traction as many parents found it relatable, admiring their structured approach to raising children. However, concerns began to arise as viewers noticed that her version of discipline often bordered on harshness.
Fake being happy. Okay?
I don't know if I can right now.
Over time, her approach became more controversial, but her growing fan base continued to support her, dismissing criticism as an attack on traditional parenting values. Early red flags and viewer concerns. Before her arrest, Frank had faced backlash for her parenting techniques. Viewers began noticing patterns of excessive punishment in her videos. One of the most infamous moments was when she refused to bring lunch to her 6-year-old daughter at school, insisting that it was a lesson in responsibility. She also spoke about taking away her children's beds as a form of discipline, leaving them to sleep on the floor. Her style of parenting, which emphasized obedience through extreme consequences, sparked debates online. Many argued that her actions were not discipline but emotional and psychological abuse, despite multiple reports from concerned viewers to Child. The disturbing truth: child abuse comes to light. On August 30, 2023, the grim reality of Ruby Frank's parenting was exposed. Her 12-year-old son managed to escape from Hildebrand's home in a desperate attempt to seek help. When he reached a neighbor's house, he appeared severely malnourished, with open wounds and duct tape binding his wrists and ankles. The neighbor, horrified by his condition, immediately called 911. Upon arriving at the scene, authorities found another of Frank's children inside the home, suffering from similar injuries. Both children were dangerously underweight and dehydrated, showing clear signs of prolonged abuse. Investigators searched the home and discovered disturbing evidence, including makeshift restraints, signs of physical confinement, and journals documenting the harsh punishments inflicted on the children.
Come on, buddy. I'm a police officer. Hey, you okay? Is this just you in here? I'm Sergeant Tobler. What's your name?
We at first thought it might have been a little boy.
This shocking discovery led to the immediate arrest of both Ruby Frank and Jody Hildebrand. The horrors of Frank's parenting journal. As the investigation unfolded, authorities uncovered even more disturbing details through Frank's personal journal. Her writings revealed a pattern of extreme and abusive discipline. She described forcing her children to undergo physical punishments that were both painful and psychologically damaging. She wrote about shaving their heads as a form of humiliation, believing that this would rid them of evil spirits. She starved them for extended periods, justifying the act as a way to build resilience and obedience. Her notes also suggested that she viewed her children as inherently sinful and in need of correction through suffering. One of the most shocking discoveries was a hidden panic room inside Hildebrand's multi-million-dollar desert home, where the children were allegedly locked away when they were deemed disobedient. These revelations painted a terrifying picture of the abuse that had been taking place behind the closed doors of what once seemed like a perfect family. Legal battle and conviction. In December 2023, Frank pleaded guilty to 4 counts of aggravated child abuse.
With my deepest regret and sorrow for my family and my children. Guilty.
The legal proceedings moved swiftly, given the overwhelming evidence against her. On February 20, 2024, she was sentenced to 4 consecutive prison terms, each ranging from 1 to 15 years. This meant that she could serve up to 30 years in prison if she were not granted parole. The prosecution built a strong case against her, highlighting the severity of the physical and psychological harm inflicted on her children. Testimonies from her own children, medical experts, and forensic specialists all confirmed the long-term damage caused by her actions. One of the key factors that influenced the court's decision was Frank's lack of remorse. Throughout the trial, she continued to defend her parenting methods, showing no sympathy for the suffering she had caused. Jodi Hildebrandt was also convicted on similar charges, ensuring that both women would face long-term incarceration. Family and public reaction. Following her conviction, the response from the public and her family was intense. Her husband, Kevin Frank, filed for divorce and sought full custody of their children, who were placed under the protection of Utah's Division of Child and Family Services. Many of Frank's extended family members publicly condemned her actions, expressing shock and disbelief over the extent of the abuse. Her siblings distanced themselves from her, stating that they had been unaware of what was happening behind closed doors. Former fans of 8 Passengers were left horrified, realizing they had unknowingly supported an abuser. Social media platforms exploded with discussions about how Frank had managed to hide such horrific abuse for years while maintaining an image of a caring mother. Child advocacy groups used the case as an example of why there needed to be stricter regulations on family vlogging and greater protections for children appearing in online content. Media coverage and documentaries. The shocking nature of Ruby Frank's downfall made it a focal point for the media. News outlets such as CNN, Fox News, and the New York Times extensively covered the case, shedding light on the dangers of unchecked parental control in online spaces. In early 2025, Hulu released a documentary series titled Devil in the Family: The Fall of Ruby Frank, which explored the case in depth, featuring interviews with experts, former fans, and individuals who had raised concerns about her parenting long before her arrest.
Shh! The fact that I yell at my kids is a secret! We don't want our viewers to know!
The case also became a widely discussed topic on social media, with content creators analyzing the warning signs and discussing how viewers had overlooked clear red flags for years. Ruby Frank's case stands as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked authority, extreme parenting, and the exploitation of children for online fame. It highlights the urgent need for stricter laws regulating child influencers and family vlogging content. More importantly, it underscores the importance of vigilance and intervention in potential cases of child abuse. Frank's story is a cautionary tale, proving that social media fame cannot shield someone from justice. No amount of carefully curated content can hide the truth forever, and in the end, accountability will always prevail. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more videos like this, make sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.